A dramatic new initiative to combat the Big Apple's big homeless crisis. The mayor of New York City is now calling for the involuntary hospitalization of mentally ill homeless people if they refuse to willingly get help. Gary Baumgartner has that and more.
Hospitalizing the homeless. That's the new directive getting underway in the Big Apple.
Untreated psychosis can be a cruel and all-consuming condition.
On Tuesday, New York City Mayor Eric Adams instructed police officers and medical responders to transport severely mentally ill homeless people to hospitals, even if they refuse help. Critics argue it won't provide long-term relief for those suffering, but Adams says the decision is a moral obligation.
It is appropriate to use this process when a person refuses voluntary assistance and are a danger to themselves due to an inability to meet their basic needs.
Meanwhile, the escalating homeless crisis is also continuing on the West Coast.
We are a country, a state, and an area of abundance. We have enough. The problem is distribution.
During a vigil Monday night, community members outside San Francisco paid tribute to dozens of people who died this year while experiencing homelessness, calling for more intervention, broader access to mental health facilities, and more resources for existing shelters.
Acknowledging the humanity of all people is incredibly critical. 97 people's names are red because they weren't experiencing the safe, secure housing that they need.
Gary Baumgarten, Fox News.
Well, electric vehicles are expected to be the way of the future, but there's a major roadblock in the way of its popularity. EV charging stations are lacking across the country as rural states expect to operate them at a loss for at least a decade. While many consumers want more rapid charging stations, businesses are waiting for an increase in EVs on the road before offering electric charging options. Gas stations, convenience stores, and utility companies have also been battling over who should pay for the infrastructure to set up these charging stations. EV owners currently account for about 1% of drivers on the road in the U.S. So bugs may not be everyone's cup of tea, but they still play a critical role in the biodiversity of the planet. Now, insects are coming to life in an exciting new light display that's larger than life. Marianne Rafferty takes a peek.
These aren't your average Christmas lights.
It's really colorful.
This holiday season, the National Museum of Natural History in Paris is displaying giant illuminated insects, all in an effort to teach the public about biodiversity.
We really wanted to draw attention to the tiny world that is so beautiful.
Even though bugs are small, they play a huge role in preserving healthy ecosystems around the globe, breaking down dead animals and trees, pollinating crops, serving as food sources for other creatures, and more.
The whole system of life on Earth is based on this microscopic biodiversity.
The Worldwide Fund for Nature describes biodiversity as, quote, the variety of animals, plants, fungi, and even microorganisms like bacteria that make up our natural world, with every living thing working together to keep environments balanced.
We would be nothing without this biodiversity on the minuscule level.
Insects also play a vital part in the global economy. In the U.S., they generate billions of dollars in economic value every year, pollinating about 3/4 of the flowering crops farmers grow for market. But insects are under attack. According to a 2019 study published in the journal Biological Conservation, more than 40% of all insect species are in decline. A third are endangered. Marianne Rafferty, Fox News.
We'll be back with more right after this.